Joe Biden has been caught mimicking the press pack. The president was finishing up an event with the Israeli president when he sat there as reporters flew questions at him. Biden smiled as White House reporters continued to attempt to ask him questions to no avail. But then he did something odd and moved his mouth to mimic the reporters trying to get his attention. It is well known that White House journalists have had tough luck with the president as he hardly ever takes questions. Time and time again, they finish conferences without the president taking a single question, to which his staff then begin to herd the journalists out of the room. Joe Biden hasn't done a solo press conference since January. That's despite the fact the midterm elections are just a few weeks away and the country is dealing with a cost of living crisis, rising inflation, a record amount of legal immigrants at the border, to name just a few. The president's 9th press conference in January meant that he has done 9 press conferences in his first year in office. But comparing that to past presidents, it's quite low. Donald Trump had done 21 by then, Obama had done 27, Bush had done 19, and Clinton had done 38. The lack of transparency and time with the president looks to be infuriating for the press corps. So much so that in September last year, White House reporters launched a formal complaint after the president refused to take any questions when he was holding a meeting with the then UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Prime Minister Johnson took 3 questions from the travelling press pack, but the White House stepped in to stop President Biden taking any questions from reporters who had gathered to watch the two leaders meet in the Oval Office. After this happened, White House correspondents filed a formal complaint with then Press Secretary Jen Psaki. A statement at the time read, "The entire editorial component of the US pool went immediately into Jen Psaki's office to register a formal complaint that no American reporters were recognised for questions in the president's Oval Office." Just today, a reporter questioned the now Press Secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, on the president's lack of press conferences.
I'd like to follow up on something you were asked Monday about presidential press conferences. It's been since January since the president has held a press conference here at the White House. Is this administration at all concerned that the scarcity of press conferences by this president has in any way led to some of the misinformation that has been out in the public? And can we please get him in here?
I mean, look, I understand the question. You guys have to ask the question about press conferences, duly noted. And so we, again, appreciate the question. But the president took questions. He literally took questions while he was getting a needle in his arm yesterday in getting the new vaccine. So he certainly takes questions from all of you, and he does it often. I understand of having a more, more. Well, I mean, look, the president is happy to take questions. He does it pretty regularly. I duly noted on the press conference, but again, this is a president who has not shied away from taking questions from all of you.